Hi everyone, welcome to the session of ECA, Electronic Circuit Analysis. In this class, I am going to do the demo on the analysis of effect of coupling capacitor in two-stage RC coupled FET amplifier. In previous class, we have learned about what is the effect of capacitance, that is the coupling capacitance on two-stage RC coupled amplifier. In that case, in previous class, just we were analyze capacitance effect on the normal transistor, that is the BJT transistor. When we are coupling two normal BJT transistors, then what is the effect of coupling capacitors at lower frequencies, at mid frequencies as well as at higher frequencies, and what is the resultant gain in these range of frequencies. So these topics we have already covered in previous class. In today's class, we are following the same procedure, and we are finding the effect of coupling capacitor at lower frequencies, mid frequencies as well as at higher frequencies, and what is the resultant gain at these three range of frequencies. Okay, so this figure represents the two-stage RC coupled amplifier. Sorry. So this is the previous topic. Now we are going to analyze the transistors, that is two-stage RC coupled amplifier by the use of FET transistors. So here we are using FET transistors. Instead of normal transistors, just we are placing a FET transistors. In this case also we are taking two stages. That means we are taking two transistors. And these two stages are coupled by the use of RC couple. Here we are using resistors and capacitors in order to connect the two stages. That means the output of first stage is given as input to the second stage by the use of these two components. Okay. So next, here we have coupling capacitor, and here also we have coupling capacitor, and let us analyze the circuit. So this is the equivalent circuit of FET amplifier. So in order to draw the equivalent circuit, here we are taking the assumption. So here we are considering the output of first section as well as the input of the second section. Just we are analyzing or we are finding the effect of coupling capacitor only. So that's why we are considering the output of first stage and as well as the input of second stage. So if you draw the equivalent circuit of first stage, that is the output of first stage. So here we are taking FET transistor. Okay, so for the FET transistor, at the output we have two components. That is, one is GMVGS, another one is RD. One is GMVGS, another one is RD. This is the output section. Okay, and next, so the output section consists of, so here we are drawing the equivalent circuit of FET transistor. That means we have two components. One is GMVGS, another one is RD. And next, the output consists of, that means output we are taking, here we have source, gate, and drain. Okay, here we are taking common source transistor. That is, source is common, gate is the input terminal, and drain is the output terminal. So at the output, that means at the drain terminal, we have a resistance, that is capital RD. And RD one end is connected to drain, another end is connected to ground, because VDD becomes 0. Whenever we are drawing some equivalent circuit, the DC sources become 0. So that is, this terminal becomes grounded. So that means RD. So RD one end is connected to drain, another end is connected to ground, or simply it is connected to ground or source terminal. Okay, and next, this is the output section of first stage, and the output section of first stage consists of some coupling capacitor. So we are drawing the coupling capacitor, and the coupling capacitor other end is connected to the gate terminal of second transistor. Okay, so coupling capacitor, and at the gate terminal we have a resistance, that is capital RG. We have some internal resistance at the gate terminal, that is the input resistance, and we are also taking the input resistance here, so that is RG. And we have some internal capacitance also, that one also called as shunt capacitance. So that is connected in parallel with the output. Okay, and this is the equivalent circuit. So up to this portion, this is the output section of first stage. That is GM, VGS, RD and capital R. Okay, this is the output section of first stage. And here we have some coupling capacitor, and this is the input section of second stage. And next, let us analyze the effect of coupling capacitor at the mid range of frequencies. So at mid frequencies, what is the effect of coupling capacitor? So at mid frequencies, the coupling capacitor acts as short circuit. That means it provides a short circuit path. So hence, in place of CC, we can draw a short circuit. Okay. So this is our circuit. And here we are analyzing the circuit at mid frequencies. At mid frequencies, the capacitance becomes short circuited. So that's why the same circuit becomes like this. Just we are making coupling capacitance as short circuit. And simply we are drawing the simplified equivalent circuit from this circuit. So here we have RG, GM, VGS, and as well as RD, capital RD, RG, small RD, capital RD, capital RG. So these three resistances are in parallel combination. These three resistances are in parallel combination. So let us take that total resistance as R equivalent. So where R equivalent is the parallel combination of these three resistances. We are simplifying the circuit. Okay. So we are taking these three resistances as one resistance only, that is R equivalent. Where R equivalent is the parallel combination of RD, capital RD and capital R. So from this circuit, we are finding the output voltage. So in order to find out the output voltage, so what is the equivalent circuit? Already in previous class, we have seen that whenever we are taking some current source in parallel with the resistance, then in order to find out the voltage gain, the circuit, that means the Norton circuit, will be converted as Thevenin's equivalent circuit. That means the voltage source in series with the resistance. Okay. So this is current source, and if you are changing this current source as voltage source, then we have the voltage, that is minus GM VGS into R equivalent. Okay, because here this is the current and this is the resistance. If you have current and resistance, what is the voltage? V is equal to IR. So I is GM VGS and resistance is R equivalent. The current flowing in this direction. So that's why the total voltage becomes minus GM VGS into R equivalent. And that voltage source is in series with the resistance. That resistance is R equivalent. And the total circuit becomes Thevenin's equivalent circuit. So this topic we have already covered in previous session. Just we are using that analysis here. Okay. So that means voltage becomes minus GM VGS R equivalent and resistance becomes R equivalent, and these two components are connected in series and the equivalent circuit becomes Thevenin's equivalent circuit. Okay. So from the circuit, what is the output voltage? From the circuit, what is the output voltage? Here we are applying some voltage divider rule. Here we are applying some voltage divider rule. Already we know the voltage divider. If you have V1 as voltage, initial voltage, and V2 as middle voltage, and V1 is divided between two resistances R1 and R2, the middle voltage V2 becomes V2 equal to V1 into R2 by R1 plus R. V2 is equal to V1 into R2 by R1 plus R. Okay. So here the initial voltage is this one, that is minus GM VGS R equivalent. Okay. So we can also apply that one. And next, let us take V0 by Vi. So if you follow the voltage divider rule, already in previous class we have already learned about voltage divider rule and how we can apply the voltage divider rule in this process. So the voltage gain becomes V0 by Vi, and directly we are taking it as, we can also apply that one. Then we can simplify the equation, and simply from this equation we can also say that V0 by Vi is equal to minus GM R equivalent, where Vi is VGS. Where Vi is VGS. VGS means gate to source voltage. Gate to source voltage is VGS. Okay. VGS can also be written as Vi because Vi is taken from this point on. So in place of VGS, we can substitute Vi. And from this equation, V0 equal to minus GM VGS R equivalent, and V0 by VGS becomes minus GM into R equivalent, or V0 by VGS becomes VGS is Vi. So V0 by Vi is equal to minus GM R equivalent. Okay. So V naught by Vi is the ratio of output voltage to input voltage. That represents gain, the gain at mid frequencies. So what is the gain at mid frequencies? That is minus Gm into R equivalent. From this equation, we are writing this equation directly. And here we are making Vgs as Vi. Okay. That is the gain at mid frequencies. Next. Voltage gain at lower frequencies. So what is the effect of capacitance at lower frequencies? At lower frequencies, the coupling capacitor provides some reactance. So the reactance of the capacitance is 1 by j omega cc. So that means we should consider the capacitance. We should consider the capacitance. So that's why we are taking the circuit as it is. That means we have the circuit. This is our circuit. This is our circuit. Okay. At mid frequencies, just we are making the capacitance as short circuit and we are getting the gain as minus Gm into R equivalent. And here, in this case, at lower frequencies, we should consider the capacitance because it provides some reactance. Okay. So that's why the circuit becomes like this. And next, let us consider the parallel combination of these two resistances as R naught dash. Rd and small rd and capital Rd. These two resistances are in parallel. The parallel combination of these two resistances, let us consider that one as R naught dash. So then the circuit becomes, so here we have current source, here we have current source, and here we have the resistance, that is R naught dash, the total resistance R naught dash, and Cc and Rg. And directly we are taking the Thevenin's equivalent circuit. This is not an equivalent circuit now because the current source is in parallel with R naught dash. Because R naught dash is the parallel combination of these two resistances. Okay. So the current source is in parallel with resistance, means that is the Norton's equivalent circuit. This circuit is changed into Thevenin's equivalent circuit. That is voltage source in series with the resistance. How we can get this voltage? So here the current is GMVGS and the resistance, parallel resistance is R naught dash. And current direction is from upward direction to, that is towards down direction. So the VGS, that means the voltage becomes minus GMVGS into R naught dash. And that is voltage source, which represents voltage, and that is in series with the resistance, that is R naught dash. This is Norton's equivalent circuit and this is Thevenin's equivalent circuit. And the remaining components are same. Remaining components are, one is Cc, another one is Rg. Okay, Cc, Rg are same. We are converting this Norton's equivalent circuit into a Thevenin's equivalent circuit. That is voltage source in series with the resistance with respective values. Okay. And next, the reactance of the capacitance is 1 by j omega cc and the resistance is Rg. And from this circuit, what is V naught? V naught is equal to apply voltage divider rule here. If we apply voltage divider rule here, this is the initial voltage. This is the initial voltage. Consider the series combination as one resistance, that is R1, and this is R. This is V1, this is R1, and this is R2. And we are finding the middle voltage. V2 is V naught here. So V2 is equal to V1 into R2 by R1 plus R. That is the formula. Here V2 is V naught, V1 is this voltage, R1 is the series combination, R2 is this one. Okay. So V naught is equal to initial voltage is minus GMVGS R naught dash into resistance, that is R2, that is Rg, V1 into R2 by R1 plus R. R1 is the series combination, that is R naught dash plus 1 by j omega cc plus this resistance, that is Rg. Just we are applying voltage divider rule here. Okay, that is the output voltage. And we know VGS is Vi. We know VGS is Vi. Just substitute in place of VGS as Vi. So then we can get V naught equal to this term, that is minus Gm Vi R naught dash into Rg by R naught dash plus 1 by j omega cc into Cc plus Rg. So we are taking this term to the left side, then we can get V naught by Vi is equal to the remaining term, that is minus Gm R naught dash Rg by R naught dash plus Rg plus 1 by j omega cc. What is V naught by Vi here? V naught by Vi is AV. AV is voltage gain. Here we are finding the gain at lower frequencies. So that's why we are representing it as AV low. So AB low is equal to this term, the remaining, this term. Okay. And next, in order to simplify the circuit, or sorry, in order to get the voltage gain in terms of frequency, in order to draw the frequency response, or else we are dividing the numerator and denominator with R naught dash plus RG. We are dividing the numerator and denominator with R naught dash plus RG. Then this equation becomes minus Gm R naught dash RG by R naught dash plus RG by R naught dash plus RG by R naught dash plus RG. That will become 1 because those two terms will be cancelled, plus 1 by j omega cc into R naught dash plus RG. Just I am splitting the term in the denominator. Okay. So we have minus Gm R naught dash RG by R naught dash plus RG by, here normally we have R naught dash plus RG by R naught dash plus RG, then that will become 1. So 1 plus the remaining term, that is 1 by j omega cc into R naught dash plus RG. What is R naught dash plus RG? R naught dash, so R naught dash RG by R naught dash plus RG means R1 R, this is in the manner R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. R1 R2 by R1 plus R2 means it represents the parallel combination of R1 and R2. So R naught dash RG by R naught dash plus RG means the parallel combination of R naught dash and RG. What is R naught dash again? What is R naught dash? R naught dash is the parallel combination of RD and capital R, small rd and capital R. So R naught dash plus RG means small rd parallel capital RD parallel capital R, because R naught dash is small rd parallel capital R. That is R equivalent. Already we are taking the total 3 resistance combination as R equivalent in previous session. So we are taking the parallel combination of these R equivalent as in this case or RD parallel RD capital RD parallel capital R. We are substituting that value. Okay, so R equivalent value. So then this equation becomes AB low is equal to minus Gm. What is R naught dash RG by R naught dash plus RG? We are taking it as R equivalent. Okay, just substitute that value. Minus Gm R equivalent by 1 plus 1 by j omega cc into R naught dash plus RG. And what is minus Gm into R equivalent? Minus Gm into R equivalent. What is the gain at mid frequencies? Already we find the value. That is AB equal to, this is the gain at mid frequency. This is the gain at mid frequency, that is AB equal to minus Gm R equivalent. Okay. So mid frequency gain is minus Gm into R equivalent. Okay. In place of minus Gm into R equivalent, we can substitute AB mid. AB mid. So AB low is equal to AB mid by this value. That is 1 plus 1 by j omega cc into R naught dash plus RG. Then AB low by AB mid becomes 1 by 1 plus 1 by j omega cc R naught dash plus RG, where AB mid minus Gm R. So 1 by 1 by j becomes minus j. So minus j by 2 pi. In place of omega, we are substituting 2 pi of value. So it is not given here in textbook itself. It is wrong. So just remember, here we have f. Here we have value. So in place of omega, we are substituting 2 pi f cc R naught dash plus RG. Okay. And next, let FL equal to 1 by 2 pi cc R naught dash plus RG. And just we are taking 1 by 1 minus j by without f, the remaining term. The remaining term what we have, just that term becomes, let it be considered as FL equal to 1 by 2 pi cc R naught dash plus RG. So in place of 1 by 2 pi cc R naught dash plus RG, we can substitute FL. If you substitute this value in this equation, that is FL in this equation, then we have 1 by 1 minus j into 1 by 1 minus j into this total term becomes FL, and already we have F in the denominator. Okay, without F, we are considering this term as FL. Okay, so hence AB low by AB mid becomes 1 by 1 minus j into FL by F. And this is the gain. And if you are taking the magnitude, then that becomes 1 by numerator 1. The magnitude is 1, and the denominator term is in the form of A plus IB. So that is square root of 1 square, that is 1 plus b square. A square plus b square, 1 square, that is 1 plus, in place of b, we have FL by f. So FL by f whole square. Okay. So at f equal to FL, this term becomes 1 by root, because it becomes 1. So 1 plus 1, 2, root, 1 by root. So this is the gain at lower frequency. At lower frequency, the gain becomes AB low equal to AB mid by 1 by root. So AB mid into 1 by root, or AB mid by root. So from this equation, we can say that at lower frequencies, the gain is reduced by 1 by root 2 times of its mid frequency gain. Okay, this is the gain at lower frequency. Next, this is not lower frequency, this is higher frequency. So let us find out the gain at higher frequency also. At higher frequency, we have some shunting capacitance, and as well as the coupling capacitors become short circuit. What is the effect of coupling capacitor at higher frequencies? At higher frequencies, the coupling capacitors become short circuit, and the shunt capacitance will be considered because it has some effect on the circuit. Shunt capacitance means internal capacitance. We are not adding any capacitance here externally. Shunting capacitance is the internal capacitance which appears internally. Okay, just we are taking that capacitance also here, that is represented as CSH, and we are making CC as short circuit. Normally here we have some CC, that CC becomes short circuited, and we are taking CSH one. This is the equivalent circuit. Already we know this is the Thevenin's equivalent circuit. So just normally here we have some capacitance CC that will be short circuit. Okay, let us find out output voltage V0. So in order to simplify the circuit, or in order to find out the gain, that is voltage gain, normally we are applying the voltage divider rule here. In order to apply the voltage divider rule, let it be considered as one resistance, because here we have two one is the capacitance, two components. One is the capacitance, another one is resistance. The parallel combination of these two components becomes one impedance only. Let it be Z. So here the circuit is same, but here the parallel combination of RG and CSH becomes Z. Z is the parallel combination of RG and CSH. CSH means the reactance of the capacitance. So if you have two components parallel combination, then what is the resultant equation? That is R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. In place of R1 we have RG. In place of R2 we have capacitance. That is reactance of the capacitance. That is 1 by j omega CSH. So Rg into 1 by j omega CSH by Rg plus 1 by j omega CSH. R1 R2 by R1 plus R2. This is the parallel combination of CSH and Rg. So if you simplify the equation, then we have, that means if you take the LCM and if you simplify the equation, then we have Rg by 1 plus j omega Rg into CSH. Okay, this is the impedance. This is the impedance Z, and we are taking that impedance as parallel combination of those two resistance and capacitance. And from this circuit, we can find the output voltage, because here we can apply the voltage divider rule. This is the initial voltage. This is R1. Let it be considered. Let it be R1, and this one is R2. So what is middle voltage? V2. V2 is V1 into R2 by R1 plus R2. So that is V0 is equal to minus GMVGS R0 dash into Z by total resistance, that is R0 dash plus Z. Okay. So we know VGS becomes VI. VGS is VI. If you substitute VI here, then V0 by VI. Just we are taking this term to the left side. That is V0 by VI is equal to minus GM R0 dash by minus GM R0 dash by R0 dash plus Z. Minus GM R0 dash by R0 dash plus Z. Just here we are dividing VGS with VGS and with VI, and whatever it may be, the gain becomes minus GM R0 dash Z by R0 dash plus R0 into Z by R0 dash plus. If you take this term to the left side, that will be V0 by VI is equal to the remaining term minus GM R0 dash Z by R0 dash plus Z. That is the gain, AV high. AV at higher frequencies. Okay. So minus Gm on naught dash. What is Z? Already we know Z is equal to Rg by 1 plus j omega Rg into CH. Just substitute the value in numerator and denominator. If you simplify the equation, we have minus Gm on naught dash Rg by on naught dash plus j omega on naught dash Rg CSH by CSH plus Rg. Okay. Just we are writing these two terms, these two resistances as one side. So minus Gm on naught dash Rg by these two terms R naught dash plus Rg and the remaining term plus j omega on naught dash Rg. So in order to get the gain in terms of frequency, we are dividing numerator and denominator with on naught dash plus Rg. Same procedure. We are dividing numerator and denominator with on naught dash plus Rg. Then the term becomes minus Gm on naught dash Rg by on naught dash plus Rg by on naught dash plus Rg by on naught dash plus Rg. That will become 1 plus j omega on naught dash Rg CSH by on naught dash plus Rg. Okay, this is the term. And next, on naught dash Rg by on naught dash plus Rg is the parallel combination of on naught dash and Rg. On naught is again Rd parallel Rd. And the parallel combination of these three resistances we are considering as equivalent resistance, that is R equivalent. So in place of this term, we can substitute R equivalent, and AV high becomes minus Gm, and in place of on naught dash Rg by on naught dash plus Rg, we are substituting R equivalent by 1 plus j omega CSH into R equivalent. Okay, what is Gm into minus Gm into R equivalent? Minus Gm into R equivalent is gain at mid frequencies, already we know. So we substitute that value. So that is AV mid by 1 plus j omega CSH into R equivalent. And next. So AV high is equal to AV mid by 1 plus j omega CSH into R equivalent is AV high by AV mid is equal to 1 by 1 plus j omega CSH into R equivalent. And what is omega here? Omega is equal to 2 pi. And let it be the term that is 2 pi without f. Without f, we are considering the remaining term that is 1 by 2 pi CSH into R equivalent as FH. So that means if you substitute this one in this equation, then we have AV high by AV mid is equal to 1 by 1 plus J, and F is common. So F without F we are considering the term. So J into F, and FH is 1 by 2 pi CSH into R equivalent means 2 pi CSH R equivalent is 1 by FH. So in place of 2 pi CSH R equivalent, we can substitute 1 by FH. So then this term becomes 1 by 1 plus J into F by FH. Okay. So this is the gain at higher frequency. If you take the magnitude, then we have one magnitude is 1, at the denominator is, we have 1 plus F by FH whole square. That is A square is 1, B square is F by FH whole square. And at F equal to FH. So the remaining equation is, so at F equal to FH, we know at F equal to FH, if we substitute FH in place of F, then we have 1. So 1 plus 1, that becomes 2, root 2. 1 by root 2. So AV high is equal to AV mid by 1 by root 2. So at higher frequency also, from that equation, we can say that at higher frequency also, the gain becomes 1 by root 2 times of its mid frequency gain. That means the gain drops by 1 by root 2 times from the mid frequency gain or from the highest gain. Okay. So this is the gain at higher frequencies, and this is the gain at lower frequencies. Analysis is same, and this is the gain at mid frequency. So we are finding the voltage gain at 3 ranges of frequencies, and we are also finding the effect of capacitance at 3 range of frequencies. At lower frequencies, at mid frequencies, the capacitance becomes short circuit, and at lower frequencies, the capacitance, we are considering the capacitance, the effect of coupling capacitance, and at higher frequencies also the coupling capacitance become short circuit, and we are considering the shunt capacitance, the effect of shunt capacitance, because it provides some reactance to the out or at the out. Okay, thank you.